To understand the Black Death, we need to look back at it from some documents to really assess what people that were going through this pandemic really understood and didn't understand. Of course, a lot's going on with this ourselves. What do we know and what do we not know about COVID-19 coronavirus? First, let's look back at a few key things about the Black Death. It started in the 1330s in ancient China and probably came from fleas that were a bacteria, that was common to fleas and that was carried by rodents, right? And obviously became very contagious once it can jump to humans. Symptoms were pretty rough: fever, gangrene, chills, seizures, cramps, and then a big bulb that kind of like a tennis ball that came out of your neck. It was really painful, swelling. It's called a bubo it was just the swelling of your lymph glands underneath your jaw, inside your neck there. And then, of course, a lot of times people died within a matter of days once they contracted this Black Plague, Black Death, the Great Pestilence, are some of the things that it was called. As the map shows here, it believed to be have started in the 1330s in eastern China, in central China, and spread westward, of course, into the Middle East and into Europe, breaking out in Europe right around 1347. As you've read, the human costs were pretty tragic in this Black Plague. Estimates are 75 to 200 million lives, perhaps, and up to 1/3 of the Middle East, and maybe as much as a half of the population. One half of Europe was killed because of this. So again, the people of the 14th century didn't have a great understanding of what had caused this, maybe where it had come from, and certainly how to treat it. As you look at this image here, one of the ways that they tried to make sense of it, since they did struggle, was to self-flagellate, which means to basically whip yourself. For some European Christians, this is a way of driving out the potential causes, that were interrelated with the growing Christianity at the time. So obviously we know that's not the way to treat it. But again, we're going to look at a couple of documents from two different sources that are going to try to help us understand what did they know and what did they not know, and some of the practices that they held or did as they tried to understand the Black Death. And this is very timely because we are trying to understand and adapt and adopt a lot of practices for how we are going to fight the coronavirus. So we've got two documents, document A and document B, and let's have you take a look and see just how people of the 1300s understood the Black Death.